G'day, welcome to Intense Off-Road. I'm Alex Garner.
Oi! I'm Alex Garner. Who the heck are you?
Hey! Oh, you're Alex Garner.
Yeah.
So that's right, my name's Matt, I'm from West Australian Off-Road. Keep your Allens on, alright? Keep your Allens on.
Heard of you? This bloke's trouble. I'm going to bring my car down, camp with him for the night, and keep an eye on him. That's a pretty sick camp setup though.
It is though, right?
Should we talk about his setup?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. Now, I toyed around with some maybe half cool ideas of ways we could bring the morning up and talk about the swag, but let's just cut the theatrical bullshit. We've been awake for an hour, we've had a coffee, and we're ready to talk about the swag.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep last night, Matt?
Pretty good actually, pretty good. Yeah.
Beautiful sound of the river down behind us.
Yeah, that rocked me to sleep. That was just beautiful, hearing that trickle through.
Has it always been a swag, or has it been tent in
I've
the past?
always been a swag, yeah. My early days I started off, I've still got the swag now. My early days I started off in the Jolly Swagman. And they'd been some of my best nights under canvas in that thing, but as I've gotten a bit older, they're very small swag, very low, started to get a little bit claustrophobic.
Yep.
Want to toss and turn a little bit more in my sleep.
Yep.
So I went up to the single crash pad, and it's great, a lot roomier, doesn't sag too much in, so you don't feel too sort of trapped or claustrophobic, because they get very dark in there as well. You sort of wake up and you're like,
oh yeah, true. Yeah, easy to
you
have
know
a
what
sleep
I mean?
in.
Yeah,
Good
so
thick canvas on it too.
yeah, it's really good quality. Nice. Well, the mattress is probably the worst part of it, but
Yep. But it goes all right otherwise.
yeah.
So do you always set it up close to the awning?
Yeah, I am usually with the awning. It depends a lot on the spot. Sometimes I don't mind to have it sort of off away if there's a nice spot under the trees, and I know the weather's going to be alright, it's not going to be dewy, or I don't want to have to be packing up a wet swag. But in the right setting, if there is a nice spot to put it, definitely put it away from the car. But in most instances I am out sort of in the wetter weather.
Yeah.
So my typical setup is to have the side awning on and the swag is in under the side awning, whether it be coming out this way or coming off the side.
And what do you love the most about this swag?
The convenience of it. They're like, I can set it up in a couple of seconds really. There's not too much to it. And they're just easy to set up and pull down too. And it's a swag. How can you not love the swag? There's nothing like being under canvas out camping.
The smell of it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you don't like about the swag?
Just the mattress really. That's probably their weakest point, is the mattresses. They're a bit thin.
Yeah, is it 50mm in these?
Yeah, something like that. They're not very dense, so when you roll over you can dig your hip in quite a lot. So if you got a couple of nights in the thing, you really start to feel it. Past that, like 3, 4, 5 nights in.
So Matt's pulled up a stump and I'm perfecting the multicultural squat.
My knees are shot, I can't crouch anymore.
Yeah, this is actually hurting a bit. So what's it look like inside?
My typical setup is just 2 sleeping bags, depending on the weather. If it's warmish, I'll just take the one, but for the cooler nights like this, 2 sleeping bags, 2 pillows.
2 pillows.
2 pillows.
Getting that head elevation.
I do like head elevation, yeah. I don't know, maybe it's a bit of a comfort thing too. Just like to have 2 pillows for some reason. And the reason I do it is because I've got the room. I can take 2 pillows. So I just like to be that little bit extra comfortable. And
you've got the same sleeping bag as me, I think.
Yeah, so they're the Oz Trail.
-5 degrees.
-5. Yep. So they're good for when it gets really cold. You can put 2 of them together. So for instance, Kelly and I, when we're out together, we'll put one down as a sheet, one on top. So they're plenty big enough for both of us to share, sort of like as a doona sort of thing. So.
And can you roll the sleeping bags up in this swag?
Yeah, I can. It does make it pretty chunky, so I try not to do it. But say for instance, last night, we were camping another night, so I just roll it all up like a bedroll.
So that's the sleeping shelter. Let's have a look at the awning. Campsite shelter. So the ARB awning.
Yeah, ARB touring awning. 2.5 by 2.5.
Yeah.
I like it.
You researched this quite heavily, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had a cheaper awning on there. It was time to move it on. And I was looking at 270 awnings. I kind of just settled again for another pull-out awning, standard pull-out awning, because of my setup being pretty tried and true as far as, you know, where I have the swag, where I have a side awning.
Yeah.
When it's pissing down with rain, I'll be in under the awning, and I've just got it sorted out. It's a tried and true setup, and I didn't want to mess with that.
Yeah, have to experiment with the setup all over again.
Yeah, and I couldn't justify spending that much extra money. Like we're looking at $1,000 easily plus for a 270.
Yeah.
I couldn't justify spending that extra money to reinvent the wheel on a setup that is already working for me. So I just settled again for a good quality awning this time, rather than a cheapie. Yeah. And I mean, it's paid off tenfold.
So what does a ARB awning like this set you back?
It was about $370, $390, I think.
Yeah. And how is that better than a $150 bargain?
Quality of the what do they call this?
Canvasy
The
stuff?
material? Yeah, because it's not a canvas like a poly
Like
or a nylon.
back canvas.
Yeah,
Yep.
the quality of that's a lot thicker, a lot more durable. It's got padded corners, so if it's raining and you want to drop it down like it's about to now, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Your water's always going to pool up in here, but they've double stitched it with some PVC.
Ah, I see, yeah.
More durable. The Velcro's a lot better.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it's just a better overall solid unit. And one thing that's worth noting, like, yeah, you do pay a lot more for your awning. I mean, you get that extra after customer service care, like you can replace things on these. They've got every part that you need to replace, whereas your cheaper stuff quite often doesn't.
Yeah, they won't have the backup, and so you turf your $150, you spend another $150.
They're just disposable items, and they end up in trash.
Yeah, you could walk into an ARB store. I know, because I used to have an ARB awning, and if you've bent or snapped an arm, it's a couple of bucks for a new arm, and you've just fixed up your awning and it's good to go again.
It's good to go for another 10 years. Yeah, exactly right. It's also got this built-in strip light, which is a LED white, but also an amber. You can have amber and LED white, or just amber, which is good for the bugs. So yeah, that's very handy, and just plug it in. I plug it straight into a 12-volt socket I got in the back. Dimmable. Handy as, yeah, and it's good. It's good. I like having the strip in the middle rather than a lot of other awnings have the strip here, which is fine. But there's something cool about having your light come down right in the middle. I rate it a lot.
How's the rack on it?
Yeah, I've seen better.
It's just a bit rusty and twisted, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hideous old thing.
Sagging in a few spots.
Yeah.
Not a great rack, but regardless, how do you use it?
I load it up with wood. Put the swag on it, because when I'm not on my own and I've got Kelly, we use a double swag.
Yep.
So that comes up here.
I can see that would probably fit nice in this gap.
Perfect little channel. Or if we're taking a tent, then I'll throw the big Wanderer mattress up here too. Yeah. So quite a few uses, and then obviously the panel got max tracks there with where your camera is.
Yep.
Some reverse lights. Got a shovel up here.
Good.
Some side lights.
All the necessities.
Yeah, it's an ugly old thing, but it's tough as nails.
Yeah.
And I would like to change it at some point, but it's all money and whatnot, so I haven't had a need to, so I just sort of sticking with it for now.
What's your number one thing you love about having a roof rack?
Oh, you just got that extra space to throw stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially these older trucks where they got the gutter mounts. You can put something big and tough like this on there. It's mounted on 4 points on each side, and
they can take a fair bit of weight on
they can.
old gutter.
You can put jerry cans up here, extra water, gas bottles, firewood.
Yeah. And
I can load up a pretty heavy swag, no issue. Somewhere for the max tracks. You got your awning. You can really just, and a solar panel as well.
Yep.
That's just a newish addition to the car. It's just a little 110, so that's just something extra to help with the battery.
Get the battery trickling over.
Yeah, I think every truck can benefit a lot from having a roof rack of some sort.
This is always the most interesting piece of these videos.
Yeah.
How the back is set up.
Yeah.
And so far it's been different every time.
It's good.
So, what's your basic principle back here, mate?
Light, cheap, efficient.
Okay, Beauty.
They're my 3 factors.
Looks pretty simple.
Yeah.
You've got your basic 2 drawers on the
Typical
bottom.
drawer system, yeah.
They're, are they a manufactured item or are they?
Yeah, they were in it when I bought it. They're not Kings, I'm not sure what they are. Probably a local, just a locally bought.
Yeah.
They're fairly old. I recarpeted them.
Yep.
I took the 2 tops off, the timber tops, the rest of it's all alloy and steel.
Yep.
I took the 2 tops off and I recut them out, and then I recarpeted the whole lot, so the fronts and the tops, the wings, the whole lot. Just to freshen it up, because it was fairly used when I bought it and I just wanted to make it a bit nicer.
Yeah.
And then I followed it through with the false floor I've got in there. It's all carpeted in the same carpet, so it's sort of all nice and fresh and brand new in
all
there
matching.
for me. Yeah.
Yep. You've got your fridge and you've got a cage around it.
Got a cage, yeah.
Who makes the cage?
That one's a Dun Watson. The slide is a Titan for a 60 litre. My fridge is a 50 litre.
Plenty of space there.
Yeah, I've got space either side that I can sort of stick miscellaneous things in. I've got my knife there, and I've got a grill thing for the fire. Yeah.
That could be a handy little hack there for some
That
of
is
you
a
guys.
bit of a hack, yeah.
Having a bigger fridge slide than your fridge and poking a few things around that for good access.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And then what is this fridge we've got sitting on the top?
It's a Waco CF50.
Okay.
Just budget model.
Yeah.
It's not Wi-Fi, it's not the CFX, anything like that.
Yep.
And it's nice. Yeah, it's a nice, simple fridge. Low current draw.
Yep.
Does what it needs to. Perfect size for me, and then both us, when we go away, we can load that thing up for a week at least for 2 people.
Yep.
So
it's not a fridge freezer, just straight up
just
fridge.
a fridge.
Yeah. So pretty happy with the Waco overall.
It works fine. I haven't really needed to have a freezer, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've not really needed it.
Got a bit of safety up there, I see.
Yes.
Yeah. Fire extinguisher.
Got a fire extinguisher there. That's nice and handy just to grab when you need it. And I've got it. A little theory behind having it there was that when I've got the whole back of the car shut up, because I've got the spare wheel carrier, you've got to do that, and then it's one extra thing to do. Whereas with here, I've got a fire, I can literally run around the corner, bang, boom, and I've got it. It's ready to go. Simple as that.
Accessible as possible.
Really accessible.
Yeah. So. And then above the fire extinguisher, you've got 2 switches. What do
they do?
Yes.
One's a dummy switch. We didn't actually end up plumbing anything up to it, but the other switch is for these 2 Nava LED lights I've got up here.
Oh, that's handy.
So they come straight down into my drawers.
Yep.
Lights up everything here around the fridge, the back of the drawer. It works a treat. It's perfect. And real low current drawer, I can leave them on all night. Another little hack. Some are probably aware of this, but I keep red electrical tape handy. So if there's a lot of bugs and whatnot around, I'll pull off a bit of electrical tape and stick red tape on it, and it sends an amber light. The bugs aren't attracted to red light.
Neat. That is a cool hack. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it's a little trick for when there's lots of bugs around. Yeah.
Now, I've seen this pantry stacker here before. Where'd you get that idea from?
Yours truly, Harry, Fired a Fork. Saw it in the back of the 80 and thought it was one of the best things I'd seen. It was cheap, light, and it works a treat. Yeah. It's just giving me that extra space now to have things like a cooker, a fire pit. I can keep extra canisters. I've got some zip tie bags, all sorts of stuff now in that drawer that otherwise I couldn't fit in there. Yeah. Now that I can have my pantry and utensils like pans and knives and forks stuff in that little drawer system. And condiments too. I've got teas and coffee and that in there.
So all the non-perishables stuff that can live in there and not be harmed by the constant heat. And
yeah, everything stays nice and cool in there. Yeah, it's fine. It works a treat.
Now, over here next to me, this is a very common addition to the barn door of patrols. Yeah. Drop that down for me. Show me how that works. Nice. So this is a prefabricated thing. Yeah. Comes with a splashback. Yeah. It replaces the door card. All stainless steel by the look of it.
Yeah, marine grade.
Yeah. Who's that from?
Patrol Australia. They do mostly patrol stuff. I do believe though that they are playing around with other vehicles as well. I think they do a bit of Land Cruiser stuff as well. But yeah, local guy over east, all Australian made, Australian material, all made here in Australia. And I mean, the product is just second to none. Second to none.
Not too heavy either.
Not too heavy. No, these barn doors are notorious for getting weighted and stretching and peeling off and that, but yeah, it's fine. There's not too much weight in it. Like, I had to put it on myself and it was easy enough for me to hold it and riv cert, whatever that tool is that you use.
And then what's going on with the door behind you?
Nothing really. I've just got one of Jimmy's clear top Velcro back bags, and that's just miscellaneous stuff. Like I'll keep spare tent pegs and some pliers, a spanner, scissors, just random stuff that you always seem to lose, and sort of stuff that you don't want to have to be having in a tool bag that's like buried in your drawer. I don't want to bury into something or undig something to try and get one little tool like a spanner. You quickly need a shifter, or you quickly need a pair of pliers or something. It's just
multi-use tools.
What do I need? I need a pair of pliers, whatever reason, boom, I got a pair of pliers, but just like that. And you don't lose them. It's handy as.
Now I see you've got this
hello bee.
couple of friendly bees around here. You've got a garden hose here. Dribbling a bit of water out. What does that lead to? That's
a 30 litre, I think, water barrel drum in the back. It's just sitting in behind the,
I can just see the back
drawers.
of it.
Just gravity fed. I just running water whenever I want it.
Beauty.
And I've just put a little hook here on the door just to hold it up so that it can sort of sit there nicely, and we do dishes, wash hands, whatever we need to do there. And then this is sort of like emergency water as well. So say, heaven forbid, need some water for the motor or something like that. So we keep that. I like to have water separate. I don't like relying on the one container.
Big vessel.
So then if we're not drinking out of it, we'll say bring 5 or 10 litres out a trip. For drinking water specifically, and then that means we chew through a lot less of this, so we've still got water there for dishes and whatever else we might want to use it for, but then we still got a fair bit there for emergency too, if it's needed.
What powers all this? What powers your fridge and your lights?
It's a 130 amp hour AGM battery in the back under the floor. And it's being charged by a projector, 25 amp, I think it's the IDC, same one you've got in yours.
Good little charge of that.
Kicks ass, man. Thing's a weapon. It's so cool, and it's got solar. You can plug solar straight into it. So I've also got a 110 watt panel on the roof that you saw,
going straight in there,
and that plumbs straight in. So in the car, it's genius, because most of you that have DC power, you'll know that when you've got solar plugged in, it will take charge from the alternator when it reads it coming from the engine bay. But then you turn the car off and it will switch to the solar and take power from solar. So it's genius. I've always got something trickling in, which is perfect.
Here we go. Big false floor that sits the same height the whole way through. Did you knock this up, or did it come with it?
I did.
Nice work. Bit of carpenter in you, hey?
Well, apparently so. Don't look too close. But I mean, it does the job. Threw carpet on it, and
carpet covers all mistakes, doesn't it?
It does.
So how do you use this?
We put a lot of the lighter stuff. Well, no, that's not entirely true, to be honest. We put a lot of the heavier stuff underneath. So things like firewood. I've got a crate here. Depending on where we're going, how long we're going for, whether I'm on my own or not, I'll load up 2 of these black crates. They're 60 litre crates.
Keep a chainsaw in there as well.
I'll throw a whole pile of dry jar in there, so I'm never out of wood. Depending on what we're doing or what the case may be, I'll have one full of wood and one will be full of our food. So we mix it up a little bit. For instance, this trip I've just bought the one with wood. I was pretty confident we were going to have wood, so I didn't bring too much. And then things kind of just get thrown in around wherever I can. I have little nooks and crannies here, like a bottle of oil's got its place, and I'm a big believer in just finding little nooky spots that you can wedge something in, and you just use your space.
Wedge it in deep if you're not going to need it.
I'm all about wedging deep.
Especially like your oil. Hopefully you don't need to top
exactly
it with oil too often.
Little things that you're not going to be using every time. They can sort of get pushed into places, and they're there. They don't have to come out. You know you've always got them, but they're not hurting anyone by being there.
And then your single swag just gets tossed in here.
So swag will go up the top. If I've got room, like for instance this trip, I've got room to put the pillows down underneath. So swag goes in here. I've got the duffel bag for clothing. When it's me and Kelly, we'll have 2 duffel bags. We'll have a couple more pillows. I've brought some bait with me because apparently I'm a fisherman. I'm not at all a fisherman.
Who said that?
So whatever's a bit lighter. And our dog too, Arnie, a little Frenchie, he'll sit up here
His
as well.
little bed goes on the top?
So pretty easy, pretty simple setup. Effective. I'm all about being effective.
Well, Matt, thank you very much for showing us around your setup.
Oh mate, thank you. Thanks for having me out. It's been great couple of nights out with you. It's been an awesome opportunity to come out and
We've had
film with you and have a laugh, have a camp.
We've had some laughs, we've had some deep chats, we've solved some of the world's issues. And
Yeah.
There's a little bit more of that to come up.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, the campfire's going out, so make sure you go to Australian Off-Road. Of course, down in the description is the link to his channel, and it's probably in the title as well. I don't know. We'll see how this all pans out. Make sure you give him a watch.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy the relaxed nature of his content.
Yes.
Which it's very much come across in this video, I think.
I hope so.
If you've enjoyed this video, I think you've got a good taste for what Matt's all about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, subscribe to the channel. If you liked it, click the thumbs up. If you hated it, click the thumbs down button twice. Don't laugh, Matt. It's serious.
Sorry, it's serious. Sorry.
See you next time.
See ya.